Today's video is very exciting because I'm sharing with you my top 10 fragrances. No caveats, that's it. My top 10 fragrances. My top 10 favorite fragrances, that's it. Keep watching. So before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're into, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So this video, I will be sharing with you my top 10 favorite fragrances. I wanted to do this video because I share a lot of different fragrances. I have a large collection. I do a lot of list videos and talk about top 10 in certain categories, or 10 fragrances for this, 10 fragrances for that. I do favorites and I talk about fragrances I'm addicted to right now. But these are my 10 favorite fragrances out of my entire collection. So in my collection, I probably have, I don't know, I haven't done a count lately, but when I did a count at the beginning of the year, I think I had about 170 fragrances. So I'm assuming right now I probably have about 190, give or take. So this is the top 10 out of 190 fragrances. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, then you probably know I love a lot of fragrances. I like things in like all categories. I am a person who tries a lot of things and loves a lot of things. So when you guys hear me talking about stuff I love, those are not lies. I don't need to lie to you guys about what I love. I just happen to love a lot of things. And I know a lot of people, this is kind of off track, but I feel like I need to say this. I've noticed on YouTube that people love to watch videos about things that people hate. And I'm not saying those people are doing those videos just for the views. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that when you have somebody who loves a lot of things and you have somebody who pretty much hates everything, you don't have to put those people against each other. They're just probably different types of people. There are certain people like me, for instance, that in general, I love a lot of things. And then there are certain people that it takes a lot to please them. I'm not one of those. I don't think so anyway. So, okay, rant over. Let's get into the fragrances. These are top 10. This could change at any point. I didn't do top 10 for life because I feel like that's unrealistic. My thoughts and feelings will change, and I would not want to keep the same 10 fragrances for life because I personally would get tired of them. That's just my personality. So yeah, these are just my top 10 fragrances right now, period, collection, whatever. Let's get into it. So these are in no particular order. I'm just pulling out of my box of faves. So the first one that I have here is Nishane Ani. Now this fragrance, I honestly don't wear that much, but I smell it all the time. This is a beautiful enveloping vanilla scent that has some citrus attributes to it. It's a little bit spicy. It's even a tiny bit boozy. But what I love about this fragrance the most is, number one, it smells amazing, like amazing. But also when I wear it, I feel enveloped. I can smell it the entire time, but I still don't feel like it's extremely like overpowering for other people. So I love that. There's just something so intoxicating about this fragrance to me. Yeah, I love it. Obviously, I love all of these, so you know, I'm gonna try not to repeat myself over and over about these fragrances, but I definitely felt like I had to include Ani in my top 10. The next fragrance that I have is from my favorite brand, and that is Tom Ford. This is Black Orchid. Now this fragrance is one of the fragrances that I have been in love with for years and years. So if I had to look at my collection and think about what fragrance has been with me through thick and thin and that I have loved forever, this one would be it. I know this is not for everybody. It doesn't need to be, but I feel like the way it wears on my skin, it's just magical. It's kind of sweet. It's very spicy and dark and interesting. It's kind of like plummy and boozy, and I love it. Now this is the original, the Eau de Parfum. I also like the Parfum version, the gold bottle, but I felt like I didn't want to pick both of those because they're so similar. And so I felt like this one, the OG, is the one that I will pick because it's been with me so long. I've loved it for so long. I've worn it on so many dates. There was a time where I didn't have that many fragrances. Let's say I had about 15, 20, like I've always had way too many, but this was pretty much my go-to date night fragrance for years. So yeah, Black Orchid will always have a special place in my heart, and I feel like it opened me up to different types of perfume. So love it, Black Orchid. The other fragrance that I have from Tom Ford is none other than a Lost Cherry. Now I know this one is controversial, but this is my top 10 and I love this boozy cherry almond scent. It is everything to me. I just can't get enough of this scent. It has poor performance. I know. It doesn't project. I know. I don't care. I really don't. I love the scent of it so much. It's so expensive, and I honestly do not care. I was not able to get a deal. Well, actually, I did get 20% off because I think I purchased it during a Sephora sale. But y'all know this retails for like $350, and I'm pretty sure the price has gone up, which is absolutely insane, right? But I love it so much that if I ran through this bottle and I couldn't find it for a discounted price, I would buy it again. That's how I feel about it. This is like a perfect like date night scent for me. It's a perfect like Netflix and chill type scent, but I honestly don't wear it for that much just because it's so expensive and I have so many other fragrances. But this one just like came in and stole the show when I ordered it. I love it, and yeah, that is Lost Cherry. I do want to quickly mention, I'm not talking too much about notes in this video. I am listing them for you guys, but to me, this is more about how I feel about these fragrances. So yeah, definitely all of these fragrances I have other videos on, so definitely check out some of those where I kind of talk more about performance and that type of thing. But for the most part, this is just a brief overview of the fragrances that I picked as my 10 favorites. So the next fragrance that I have is from Roja Parfums, and this is Creation E Parfum Cologne. I feel like I've talked about this so much lately, and honestly, I can't be mad at it. Like, this is in my top 10. Obviously, I love it. This is my like sexy rum and coke scent. That's what I always call it. It's a very like fizzy kind of soda type scent. It's a little sweet. It's just amazing. I love this for day dates, especially in the warmer weather. I feel like the way it plays on my skin when the breeze hits it, it's just magical. My husband loves it on me, and even though this is targeted for men, I think I wear it well. I think it is perfectly unisex. I could definitely see a man wearing this, but I think it smells amazing on me, and that's why it's in my top 10. So yes, that is Creation E Parfum Cologne. So the next fragrance that I have is an oldie but a goodie, and this one unfortunately is discontinued, and I don't like to talk about discontinued fragrances that much, honestly. But I had to be honest, I wasn't just gonna not talk about this because it's discontinued, because this is my top 10 favorite. So I'm sorry, I don't know where you can find this anymore. I don't have any links for it, but I still love it. So this is from Maison Margiela, the Replica line, and this is Lipstick On. Look how dark my juice is. It's like black. This is the only fragrance in my collection that I have a backup bottle of. I feel like that's saying a lot. I am not a backup bottle type of person. I'm not a backup anything type of person unless I'm almost out. But once I realized this was getting discontinued, I purchased a backup bottle from Sephora when it was available, and I have it in a safe spot in the dark, still wrapped up and everything. So when I finish this bottle, which will probably be, I would say probably next year, I have another one good to go. This one is a powdery, sweet, cosmetic tonka bean type scent. It's amazing to me. It smells kind of vintage, but I love it. I think this type of fragrance can appeal to people of all ages, even though it does kind of have that vintage lipstick smell to it. I just think that all ages could enjoy this as long as you like powdery type scents. And it does have, I don't know if it's heliotrope or almond in it. I'll definitely have the notes for y'all, but that gives it kind of like a nutty sweetness to it as well, and I absolutely love this one. So yeah, that is Lipstick On. The next fragrance that I have is also a tonka bean scent, and I know y'all probably guessed this one, but this is Dior Feve Delicieuse. This to me is the quintessential tonka bean scent. This is very like comforting and cozy. It's sweet, it's warm, it is tonka vanilla goodness. It definitely smells like almond and cherry are in this as well. More so almond than cherry, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if almond is a note, but that's what it smells like, a warm almond tonka vanilla combination. And there's just something about this that I just cannot get enough. This to me is definitely more of a cold weather scent, but I love it so much that I typically will spray this on when I need some comfort. Like at nighttime, I will spray this on. Even during the day, if I'm gonna be home or if it's not extremely hot outside and I just feel like I need a fragrance hug, this is the one I reach for. I love this scent. I'm so happy that I purchased this. When I purchased this, I had never purchased any of the Maison Dior or Dior Privé line. This was my first one, and I'm so glad it was because I honestly love it so much. So yes, this is Feve Delicieuse. The next one is a very popular fragrance, but I don't let its popularity take away from my love for it. This is from Kilian, and this is Love Don't Be Shy. Mine is in the old school bottle, the black one. It is amazing. I love it. I don't have the white one. I'm not going to compare them. But the one that I have, I absolutely love. So this is a neroli marshmallow, sweet, super sweet scent that I absolutely just cannot get enough of. Now this is one of those sugary sweet scents, so I know it's not for everybody. But to me, the way that this is done, it feels so well done and multifaceted, even though it is a sweet scent, and I love it. It's just something so addictive about this. I remember when I first got this, I think it was like, I think I got this 2020 or it might have been 2019, but I feel like when I got it, it was kind of warm and I didn't care. I still wore it. Even though it was warm outside. Now, because I have the extreme version, I won't wear this in the heat. And honestly, this is better suited for cold weather. But I do still smell it and I do still love it. I love it more than the extreme. And yeah, I love it. This was my very first Kilian fragrance, I believe. Yes, this was my first Kilian fragrance. And I'm absolutely glad that I started with this one because even though it was my first, it's still my favorite out of all the ones I have now. So yeah, that is Love Don't Be Shy. Next up, I have a fragrance from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and it's not the one y'all probably are thinking. It is Grand Soir. This one is a beautiful amber vanilla scent that again gives me that feeling that the fragrance is enveloping me when I wear it. Again, this is a cold weather scent. Unfortunately, I live in a hot climate, so I don't get a chance to wear my cold weather scents super often, but I still smell them all the time, guys. Like literally all the time. Like it's a problem how much I smell my fragrances that I love. So yeah, Grand Soir to me is a standout from, I mean, of course, Baccarat Rouge. Let's not pretend that that fragrance doesn't deserve the hype, but I'm gonna tell you, for me, Grand Soir is the best one that they have. Out of all the ones I've smelled, Grand Soir is my absolute favorite. I do love Baccarat Rouge, but it's not on this list. So this is just a beautiful, like the best, most expensive smelling amber fragrance I've ever smelled. And although it smells expensive and it smells luxurious, at the same time, I don't feel like it smells pretentious. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I feel like this is luxury that's still humble. I don't know. Grand Soir, love. Next up is a fragrance that when I purchased it, it was a big risk for me because this fragrance house, I feel like none of them are safe blind buys. They are all very like different scents. They won't work for everybody. And I knew that when I purchased it, but I still did it anyway. And thankfully I fell in love with it. It's in my top 10. This is Amouage Sunshine. Y'all knew this was gonna be here, right? I love this fragrance. I try not to talk about this one too much anymore because I feel like I talked about it so much and I don't like to just talk about the same fragrances, but this one is amazing. This one is like sweet osmanthus with white tobacco, and the white tobacco I think really sets this apart. It makes it smell so different. It's something that I'm not used to smelling, and that's what I love about Sunshine. I've never smelled this on anyone, and when I wear it, I just feel like I smell so unique, but also so darn good. It's one of those ones that I just can't stop smelling, like all of these. Obviously, they're my top 10, but it's just, there's something so special about this fragrance. I do love the bottle as well, and I feel like it fits it perfectly. And although this is called Sunshine, I definitely think this is a year-round scent. I know some people can't even wear this in the summer because they say it's too heavy. but I personally do wear it during the summer. I wear it all year long and I love it. And I also love that it's so versatile because I can wear it all year long. So yeah, that is Sunshine Woman. And then the last fragrance I have is the one that I feel like started my niche fragrance craze. So like I said, I have been into perfumes for forever. Like as long as I can remember, I've been wearing perfumes. I've been loving perfumes. However, around like 2020, end of 2019, probably around the end of 2019, I really started getting into fragrances. I feel like this fragrance is the one fragrance that kind of pushed me to buying a lot more niche fragrances. And this is from Mancera. It is Instant Crush. Now, this has been compared to Baccarat Rouge 540, and I can smell the similarities, but they are definitely not dupes. So this one is sweet. It is spicy. It is floral in a way, but I wouldn't classify this as a floral fragrance. This is actually one that's pretty hard for me to explain, but it's absolutely magic when I wear it. So if you think about Baccarat, and I'm just comparing it because I know a lot of people have smelled 540. So if you think about that, it does have that same kind of saffron note, and it kind of has the same level of sweetness, but this one is a lot more full, a lot more spicy, and a lot more deep. And I definitely think this one, I think this is perfectly unisex, but if you compare this to Baccarat, I think that this one would appeal to more men than the regular Baccarat Eau de Parfum. Because of the depth of this, to me, this feels like a more complete fragrance. Like I love it. I love this fragrance, and yeah, it's in my top 10, and this is the one that I think opened the door to me looking at different brands, because I had never heard of Mancera, honestly, until I started looking up Baccarat Rouge 540, because Baccarat is so popular. I started looking up information on Baccarat and came across all these other fragrances that I had never heard of, and this one intrigued me. I pulled the trigger, ordered it blindly, fell in love, and then I really started branching out to different brands that I had never heard of. It's the one that kind of opened the door for me to experience so many different brands. And so yeah, for that, I'll always be thankful. This is Mancera Instant Crush. So those are my top 10 fragrances. They all hold a very special place in my heart. Now, will these be my top 10 forever? No. Ask me next year, this list will probably be different. But these are the ones that if I had to get rid of all my fragrances right now, these are the 10 that I would keep without regards to season, when I'm gonna wear it, anything like that. This is just based off my love for them. So if you all have tried any of these fragrances, please leave it in the comments down below. Do you think they are loves for you, or were they just meh? Or maybe you didn't like them. That's okay. We all have different tastes. I will not be offended. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn your notification bells on. Also, make sure you follow me over on Instagram. I always like to give you guys sneak peeks of videos that I'm doing over there, so follow me over there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
You call